Keeping Safe in an Earthquake by Kay Gager. Table of Contents. Earthquake Country. Page 3. The Earth Moves. Page 5. Plan Before Disaster Hits. Page 7. Prepare Your Home. Page 8. During an Earthquake. Page 10. After the shaking stops. Page 11. A Different Place. Page 13. Get Through It Together. Page 14. Earthquake Country. You are sitting in class, about to take a test. Suddenly, the classroom starts to shake. You dive under the table. Books are flying everywhere. Desks race across the floor. Materials on the shelves rattle, and some drop onto the floor. Papers are strewn everywhere. In less than a minute, the shaking is over, but your classroom looks like a crushing pile of rubble. Earthquakes can do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. San Francisco is an area known as Earthquake Country. People who live in San Francisco, California, and other nearby areas are often faced with a similar situation. They live in an area that some call Earthquake Country. An earthquake happens when large slabs of rock move against each other inside the earth. When a strong earthquake hits, the ground trembles. On any given day, there could be an earthquake, so people have developed emergency plans. The earth moves. Most earthquakes last no longer than a minute, but a lot can happen in that time. Buildings that are not constructed with earthquake safety features can collapse or fall down. In just 30 seconds, a home or office building can be destroyed. People can also get caught under the rubble. Luckily, most homes today are built to earthquake safety standards. Metal braces or timbers help to hold up the building. Even a big apartment tenement must be built to withstand an earthquake. Did you know? Between 1975 and 1995, only 4 states did not have an earthquake: Florida, Iowa, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. In just 30 seconds, a building can become a pile of rubble. Plan before disaster hits. Strong earthquakes can cause confusion and destruction. Any family living in an area that has earthquakes should come up with an earthquake plan. Families should pick an emergency meeting place. This could be the backyard. A meeting place can also be outside of a family's neighborhood. Creating an earthquake plan is a very important part of living in an area that has many earthquakes. Prepare your home. All families should have disaster kits in their homes with basic survival supplies. These kits could be stored in the home or an outdoor location, maybe near the family meeting place. Each kit should contain water and food. It should also have a first aid kit, a flashlight, a radio, batteries, and money. Blankets and extra clothes can help you stay warm. Your disaster kit will be a great help. Families should also check their homes to make sure they are safe for an earthquake. The checklist below includes a few simple things families can do to prepare their home. Earthquake Safety Checklist. Hang pictures, mirrors, or other heavy objects away from beds. Move beds away from windows. Make sure that heavy pieces of furniture, like bookcases, are attached to the wall. Place large, heavy objects on lower shelves. Make sure hallways, doorways, and other exits are clear of anything that could prevent people from moving around safely after an earthquake. A sample checklist. During an earthquake. The most important thing to remember during an earthquake is to drop, cover, and hold on. When the shaking starts, do not panic. Drop to the floor and look for cover. A table or a desk will help protect you from falling debris. Also, stay away from windows because they could break. If you can find something heavy and solid, hold on to it. If an earthquake hits while you are in the car, the driver should pull the car over to the side of the road. He or she should also stay away from bridges and tunnels because they could collapse. Move carefully through the house after an earthquake. After the shaking stops. Stay in your protected spot until the shaking stops. Be careful when you leave your spot because there can be aftershocks, smaller quakes that follow an earthquake. Although the aftershock is not as intense, it can cause more wreckage than the original earthquake because the buildings have already been weakened. Practice makes perfect. It is important to know all of the possible ways to leave your house. Plan these routes ahead of time with your family, then practice them often. Choosing someone out of the area to call should be part of your family's earthquake plan. If it is safe after the earthquake, leave the house and go to your family meeting place. Do not stop to get any possession because the house may not be stable. Once you are at the meeting place, wait for the rest of your family. They should call a relative or friend who does not live in the area. This person can provide you with any updates. A different place. You and your family will need to be very careful as you plan what to do next. Your city and neighborhood may look very different after an earthquake strikes. Roads may be damaged and the power may be out. It is very important to stay away from power lines that are down on the ground because the electricity could give you a bad shock. Stay away from broken power lines. Get through it together. After an earthquake, you and your family members should stick together. You may even be able to help your neighbors. Earthquakes can upset people's lives. Sometimes it takes a while for things to return to normal. You can be prepared, though. Planning and practice will help your family get through the earthquake together. You and your family can help each other get through an earthquake. Target vocabulary. Word builder. What can people do to reduce debris on city streets? Copy and complete the word web below. Write about it. Text to text. What other books or articles have you read about preparing for a different type of natural disaster? Write a paragraph describing what you learned about preparing for this type of natural disaster. Use one word from the word builder in your description. Target vocabulary. Constructed. Crushing. Debris. Possessions. Rubble. Slab. Tenement. Timbers. Trembles. Wreckage. Target strategy. Visualize. Use text details to form pictures in your mind of what you are reading. Word teaser. Which vocabulary word rhymes with something that soap makes?